Okay, well, I've just done a recent test case of this Tornado aircraft. This is the STL that was used, and this case was run to test the supersonic boundary conditions, which is a new feature. So in the section where you specify the velocity, 680 corresponds to about Mach 2, and then there's a new variable, SSBC, which you can set to 1 or 2. So 2 is for supersonic boundary conditions. And so that's been selected. And the format of the input file has changed a little bit. But apart from that, it's a fairly standard case. I've got 11 refine levels here. So it's quite a fine mesh. And I've had to increase these values, O-lim to 5 million and P-lim to 20 million in order for it to generate the mesh, which the resultant mesh is about 3 million. So having run that case for 10,000 iterations, you can look at the convergence, and it's converged pretty quickly, as supersonic cases converge a lot quicker than subsonic ones. And generally speaking, the higher the speed, the quicker the convergence. And so we want to have a quick look at the flow solution. It saved 10 files during the runtime, so I'm just going to load the last one. And I want to use the Python calculator. And I'm going to put in a function, look at the density gradient. I need to change that to cell data. Then see the result. So this is at the center line, or the center of the aircraft. So we've taken the gradient of the density, and it's the magnitude of that plus 1, and the log of that. So you add 1 in order to avoid taking a log of a 0. And then you can look at all the shock waves. And if you want, you can rescale that range a little bit. So that's looking at the shock waves at Mach 2. On a 2D slice. So if we want to have a look at the 3D shockwaves, then we need to create a contour. So in order to do that, we need to turn cell data to point data. Generate the Python function again, based on point data this time. Then take a contour, or we could use the click function. I tend to prefer using a click function because there's sometimes holes in a contour plot. So you select the scalar, select the result, and use value of 0.5. And have it. That's coloured by level at the moment, but we can cover that by velocity, for example. Then you can see in a 3D sense where the shock waves are. So that's how you can post-process a supersonic flow solution. If we want to have a quick look at the other more general mesh features, take a cut plane, and you can see here that it's quite a fine mesh. And the blanket layers has been increased to 8 for this case. So that means you've got at least 8 cells between each of the levels on the mesh. So that extends the fine mesh much further out from the aircraft. And that helps to resolve the shockwaves better. Switch the aircraft off. And you can switch from octree levels to distance field. That's showing the distance field surface. So you can see literally which are the live cells and the dead cells. That's always worth checking that you haven't got any leaks through to the inside of the geometry. And so yeah, there we have it. That's post-processing the aircraft at Mach